What's up, everybody? Let me hear y'all scream.
That was
Woo!
awful,
No,
David.
just
No,
no,
no screaming.
no.
Welcome to the daily fantasy college football show here on Insiders TV. We have Davis Maddock leading the charge. Davis Maddock, contrary to popular belief, does have a home. Also, Jordan
Why is
King.
that contrary to popular belief?
It's just
Because
by
you
your
look homeless.
looks. By your looks, people think that you're homeless. I just want them to know you
Okay.
do have a home. We have Jordan Case, who has not just a shirt on, but also a sweatshirt. We also have Ben Pritchett, who is bouncing his breast on camera. He loves doing that. He's done it ever since we were in middle school. He's done the peck bounce.
That's weird.
I know, right?
No, I think
Well,
it's just weird that you're pointing that out. Honestly,
He's the one that was doing it. How am I not going to point it out?
you guys can both be weird.
Dan called you
You
a
have
lesbian. That is awesome. It's perfect.
who? Davis?
Yes,
Oh yeah, we talked about it the other day. Davis.
I
Yeah.
wasn't a part
He's
of that.
the
Yeah,
yeah
it's real.
yeah Bama bangs and all. But let's talk about this college football slate. Davis, I know you got a lot to do, so I will let
Lot to do.
you take this over.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just unless anyone has any significant complaints about the formats, what we've been doing is just going through early slate, late slate by position, giving you the guys that we like, as is the point of a tout show, really. So early only quarterbacks, not just expensive guys. Who is your favorite quarterback in this slate, Ben?
Yeah, favorite overall quarterback for the early slate is Nick Marshall. I think most people would agree with that. Just at first glance, you got a guy facing a team on the downslope that just looked awful last week, and Auburn's offense is working great. So I think that that's the top play. I don't think it's even really that close.
Do you remember that week when he was like 5K on DraftKings?
Yes, I definitely remember that week. It was not that long ago either. It was like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it
Tops.
was it was not that long ago at all. And I remember being a little bit put off of it. Like, is this a trap? Is he like hurt? Like what is happening with that? But yeah, he's obviously an excellent play. I think that if I was paying up though, I don't know, man. Why is the bias in me telling me that Bryce Petty is maybe a higher upside option?
Because he's Bryce Petty.
Is it just because Baylor has put up so many points for so long?
That's it.
It's because he can throw 12 touchdowns in any game.
I
Because
think
he has so many weapons, and
if you
Oklahoma's defense isn't that good.
if you watch one of their games, it's like so fast paced that, even if they're sucking, they're going to get opportunities to score touchdowns every single game. And they're going to score 40 because they have to because of how many plays they run. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why he's always a good play, even though he's had a bad year.
If you're choosing between the two of them, which one are you airing on, Ben?
Dude, I'm really going right down the middle right now. I was putting together lineups, and when I went expensive, it's been one of those two. Well, I take that back. If you look at the tiers in the write up, Dane Evans is up on this tier, and I think I have more of Dane Evans than I have the other two. So
Yeah.
you're dealing with the Tulsa quarterback playing SMU.
I think I like that play better, just as a price play.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think Dane Evans might even score just as many fantasy points as Nick Marshall or Bryce Petty.
I mean, you guys give me a little scouting report on Dane Evans, because like I know a lot of people are gonna see the SMU matchup, but like even in college, I just really don't like to take bad quarterbacks because
He
things can
throws
just
a lot.
yeah, but things can just go so badly in college when a bad quarterback is playing bad. Like I think everyone has found this out with the Bowling Green quarterback Kanapke, and Matty Mock. Like their matchups are fine, but when a quarterback is just bad in college football, I mean we're talking about guys can go 10 for 40, stuff like that, regardless of matchup.
I understand that view because I think I have it a little bit too when it comes to a lot of these matchups, but this is an extreme situation where you're dealing with You are dealing with Dane Evans, who is like they're 0 for their last 7 games. They're 1-7. They've lost 7 straight, so they're almost in as bad of a place as SMU is. But SMU is allowing 48 points a game. Okay, and
Over
when you can
300 yards through the air.
Yeah, 300 yards through the air. When you're dealing with a quarterback that has the receivers of Garris Garrett, and Kevon Lucas, you're talking about a guy. He has the weapons around him. He has a team that's giving up 48 points a game. It just only makes sense. They do run the ball a lot. They give up that Langer or whatever his name is a lot of carries, so he's an option too. But Dane Evans is going to get 300 yards. I think that's just a given. And he could be even better than that with the touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't have any problem with that. Jordan, do any of these cheap quarterbacks do anything for you? Nick Arbuckle, Dreyfus Jackson has a very cool name. Greg Ward Jr. He's not at wide receiver anymore. Anthony Boone. I think Anthony Boone is a guy that I will probably be using in a couple tournament lineups. But any of those cheap guys do anything for you?
Sort of. I like Dan Evans more than all of them. I don't know a whole lot about Nick Arbuckle.
It's
But
just
I know he has the matchup with Troy. Oh,
Yeah. It's a nasty match. It's a nasty team, Georgia State is,
yeah,
but
they're bad.
you're talking
That's
about a
why I
guy
threw
that
the name.
throws a ton though. I mean, we're talking 50 times a game type guy. And so he
It's like
gets
35 to 40.
he gets the bulk. I mean, we'll look at how many games he's had where he's had 300 yards passing. So they have a lot of different options in the passing game. So.
What about Taylor Kelly versus Notre Dame? No.
I'm not a huge fan of targeting Notre Dame. That defense is pretty good.
It's pretty smart.
And no love for Golson, Ben.
Yeah, I'm not on it this week. I mean, I think people are going to get in that game just because if you've noticed in college football, when you have two offenses like that going up against each other in a big game that means a lot, it seems like those games can become blowouts. And so those people look smart, but it's not really a great play to get.
Those are the games that either turn into shootouts or they end up 12-6.
Yes,
something
exactly.
stupid like that.
Exactly. And another game that could be like that is TCU Kansas State.
Yeah.
I feel like that game has that written all over. It's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be a nothing game, and 20-13 and nothing happened. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Let's move on to running back. I want you. This is your point to fangirl about Nick Chubb right now.
I mean, you don't have to really. He's done it for himself. I mean, when he first came in, we were the site propping Nick Chubb. I know we were over the Mario.
We had all the Chubb.
We had all the Chubb for Chubb, and he did not disappoint. He has not disappointed since he's taken over, and I just don't think it's going to stop against Kentucky.
No way.
I just don't. 200 yards pretty much every single game that he started. I mean, I talked about this on the pod last night. That's ridiculous.
And they are getting destroyed on the ground this year.
Yeah. Dude, I kind of feel like Tevin Coleman is gonna be underowned in this slate because Penn State is trash. Everything about that team is trash right now,
except for the defense.
Yeah, Davis.
It's a top 5 defense in the country.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like Tevin Coleman, is gonna get it done as long as he keeps getting the touches.
Gosh.
He might get 40 touches and only get 75 yards.
That seems unlikely.
That's a little bit of hyperbole on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but that Penn State defense is good. It's the only thing keeping them from being 0-8.
Dude, Hackenberg is like the most disappointing QB prospect since Todd Marinovich.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's bad. I mean, and I was on Team Hackenberg.
Oh, I know you were, Ben, and I remember telling you that he wasn't very good.
Oh, you didn't know anything though. You were just being Davis Maddox.
You were just a young pup.
But here's the thing: is he really isn't good? So I don't know, and I don't know if I'm going to blame it on Hackenberg or if I'm going to blame it on that coaching staff, because that coaching staff has been pretty, ho hum. I mean, they brought the Vanderbilt style of defense up to the north, but that's about it. They just don't have. He has wide receivers, but it doesn't seem like Hackenberg can get him the ball. So it's something's going on, and I don't know what it is. And even though this is a good matchup, and you're going to see people prop the Penn State offense, but I'm not going to be one of them.
Yeah. All right, I want to talk about David Cobb. I feel like he'll probably be a little bit underowned in this spot because he's not. Hey Ben, he's not explosive, man. He's just not the type of guy who's going to get those long touchdown runs. So you can't pay for him. Empire Maker, if you're listening, that was for you. Ben, David Cobb this week, is he a bona fide thing?
He's a thing. I wouldn't call him a bona fide thing. That makes any sense. I would put him in the discussion, but I've made 6 teams so far for that big tournament on DraftKings, and he's not in any of them. If that gives you an idea.
That is surprising because you're normally pretty high on him.
Huge David Cobb fan. Yes.
He's definitely a thing this week, I think.
Yeah. You have Cameron Artis-Payne sort of in a very nice spot in your write-up this week. Do you think he's kind of the no-brainer play of the slate?
Yeah, on DraftKings he is. 5,800, you're talking like supreme discount compared to some of these other guys up at this tier. So yeah, on DraftKings, I think you're going to see some crazy ownership rates for him too in every tournament and in cash games.
What running back is your favorite on FanDuel then?
Oh, it would probably be Melvin Gordon. I still think you can work around that salary. I made one lineup so far on FanDuel because I've been so concentrated on DraftKings. And the lineup I made had Aaron Jones and Nick Chubb in it. So I like to try to tell people that because that kind of gives you where I lean when it comes to the actual lineup construction. So those two were my guys.
Okay. All right, Jordan, are there any of these running backs that we haven't talked about that you like?
I was going to mention Aaron Jones if Ben did because I think he's the top play on FanDuel at running back. But Leon Allen's in a really good spot. Sorry. Teron Ward is in. I like him this week. I know Ben didn't write him up, but he's
you have an
play.
Oregon State bias because Cooks won us so much money last year.
He did. But Teron Ward, he's gonna get his 15 to 20 touches or so, and he always does something with them. Not always, most of the time. He's just very productive. His price tag is never too high. He's against Washington State. So,
yep.
I think
okay.
he's a good spot.
I'm good. Are we all good? Are we all good on running backs, Ben?
I think there's some cheap plays that people need to look at in the write-up. I don't think we need to give them away. Go look at the write-up and grab those guys because you're going to need them as you're finishing off these GPP lineups.
Yeah. All right, cool. I like that. Give them a little bit of tease. Don't give everything away for free.
Show the shoulder, baby. Take it back.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Let's move on to wide receiver. Shout out your boy Kevin Lucas right now.
I don't know what there is to shout out about him except for I think that he is by far the best play. Like for wide receiver, he's a no-brainer. Everybody and their mama is going to own him if they can work him in. It's just one of those plays where you don't even have to think twice about it. He's a double-digit catch guy. He's Nelson Spruce with the perfect matchup. So I think it's an easy call for Kevin Lucas.
I want to call that a hot take, but it's really not because Kevin Lucas has been so darn good at the sports this year. Other expensive wide receivers, anyone else that you want to pay up for?
On this slate, I think the Jamison Crowder and Goodley are both good options. I just don't think you have to go there. And if you know the way I play, I tend to gravitate towards the mid tier and below on my receivers and spend on running backs anyways. Most weeks, it takes something special to break me of that.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man.
Cool, man.
Mid-price guys. You already know the guy that I'm gonna be on this
River
week.
Crackraft.
No.
Yes.
Deshaun Fox, dude.
River Crackraft.
He's not a mid-price guy.
Crackraft or Fox?
Crackraft.
6,600 is mid-priced.
That's
on
mid.
what site?
On FanDuel.
No, not according to
what's your take? What's your take on that? What's your take on that Washington State offense now that Holiday has a broken leg?
They're still gonna throw it.
But I don't know. Like Connor Halliday's pretty good, so I don't know if I trust whoever this replacement
I
dude
don't know.
is.
Luke Falk is the guy's name. He came in last week and threw 57 times.
Oh God, how many? How
He-
many? How many did
He
he
was
complete?
38 for 57 for 370 yards and 2 touchdowns against a pretty good USC secondary.
Oh, I have no idea. I had no idea that happened. Luke
Yeah,
Falk might be a thing.
he's not terrible. I wouldn't play him this week against Oregon State. I would play his receivers like other than Vince Mail because whatever the Oregon State corner is going to be on Mail should be on Mail.
Well,
But I think
that's
other
the
guys are
question. Do you play Crackcraft or Myers for basically the same price?
Crackcraft.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I
Crackcraft.
think I might like John Harris more than both those guys. What do you think about that, Ben?
I think that that's a little hot. Why would you rather have John Harris? Just
I'm
because
with you, Davis.
consistency.
Bro, because I love swoopsy swopes.
And West Virginia
Swopes
sucks.
swooped in and stole my heart, Ben.
Yeah, I'm a big John Harris fan too. I think he's been in the write up a ton, but it's just not one that I'm gonna go with. What's his price point on DraftKings? Do either of you guys have that in front of you?
Yeah.
I do
It's
not have DraftKings pulled up.
5,200.
5,200. Okay, well yeah, that's in play for
I think
sure.
so, too. I think I threw him in the cheat sheet. If
Good
you
call.
didn't write him up. Yeah, I did. He's
Good
in
call, Jordan. My backup man.
Yeah.
Take care of me.
doing things. That blue is really hard to read.
Oh well, you can work on that later. Deshaun Fox is who Davis brought up. I think that he's really smart to be bringing that up because if you got a wide receiver going in and getting 10 plus snaps under center, and I read this week, they had been saying that they were going to do this, and they said he wasn't a Wildcat quarterback, and he didn't throw a pass, so it looks like a Wildcat quarterback, but they said this week that the reason why he didn't throw a pass was because it was raining. They didn't feel like they needed to do it, and that he can throw, and they will let him throw. He was a quarterback.
Can he?
Obviously, if they're going to keep saying this stuff, they have precursored what they did last week. I didn't own him, but they had hinted about it up for 2 weeks prior, and they actually let him go, and they let him do it, and he went off. And Army is just Army, so this is a good spot for him for his price, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. I don't know. I because I'm making lineups at the same time right now. I don't know if anyone can tell because I haven't had a chance to actually enter lineups in the games before this. So I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted. Before we move to tight ends, any other cheap wide receivers, cheap running backs, any other skill position players from this slate you wanted to mention, Ben?
I think you need to hit on Donovan Harden of Georgia State. We talked about Arbuckle there for a second, but against that matchup against Troy, Harden has some sick stats.
Yeah, I love any wide receiver that dominates his team's touchdowns to that extent. That is like something I really look for in college football daily fantasy.
And I wish he was available on DraftKings, but FanDuel's the only one that likes to throw these random games in there, and he's had 2 really great weeks in the last 3.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about
he's-
St. John days?
Hold on, back to Harden real quick. He has 7 touchdowns this year,
Yeah.
and they've come in 3 different games. He had 4 2 weeks ago and 2 the week before that, but hasn't caught a touchdown pass other than that, except for the first week of the season.
Yeah, but that's
So
the
you can't expect that.
last 3 weeks though, big guy.
Yeah, but last week he went 2 for 12.
I understand that, but that whole offense was a nightmare against Appalachian State. They just
Yeah, come on,
That
big
whole
guy.
offense is
Come
a
on, big
nightmare.
guy. Big guy, come on.
Well, Jordan Taylor I like better than Harden, anyways. I think we know that. I think Davis would be a big Jordan Taylor fan too. 6'5" white receiver. Oh, is that one? You wouldn't like that part?
No, dude, big white wide receivers. Give me all that. I love.
He has a
big
really nice floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Benjamin. I need a $4,500 wide receiver to finish working on this lineup. Tell me who I'm playing.
Well, do you have Fox in? Are we on DraftKings?
Yep, I got Fox in. No, I'm on FanDuel.
Oh, I don't know if Fox is necessary on FanDuel as much, but Ian Hamilton for UTEP at Western Kentucky.
There you go, Ian
I like
Hamilton. Okay, tight end, real quick. Who do we like? I'm going Blake
You
Bell
already
just
know.
because. Yeah. No, don't even say it.
You already know.
All right, Ben. Do you want to give any expert analysis here on
I
tight
have
ends?
other plays. Thank you very much.
Well, I think I'm punting on all my teams so far. And on DraftKings, there I listed Bell as the punt, but there's also David Greenidge from NC State is a punt 2,500, and there was one Ben Koyak is a punt 2,500 for Notre Dame. So there's a ton of different options down there at that free price point. So I wouldn't even bother spending up on DraftKings.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
Blake Bell
EJ
on
Bibbs is
DraftKings
in a
for
great
sure.
spot.
You
Who?
think who?
EJ Bibbs.
Well,
Iowa State.
he's always in a good spot.
No, he's against KU this week.
Yes,
He's
I
in
know.
an even better spot. I don't know. Is he their leading receiver this year? I feel like he is.
He's up there. It's like him and Lazard, and then they have that other guy, Davario Montgomery, that's up there too.
Let's see, I'm pulling it up right now. I think he actually.
He's come on in the last 4 or 5 weeks and just really kind of became what we thought he was going to be. But he put up a clunker last week, but Sam Richardson did. Everybody did
He's
against him.
not quite. He has he has the most touchdowns on the team.
Dude, Alan Lazard is awesome though.
Yeah, he really is. He's special.
Yeah,
I
I
think he's good this week, too.
keep playing that dude at these really low price points. Like I don't know, who are they against this week? Kansas or K-State?
Kansas.
Yeah, I have.
No. Oh, lock him in. Lock him
Yeah,
in.
I have some Lazard in some GPP.
All right, cool.
I think he's cash game material.
Let's move on to the late slate. Oh, Nate Robinson swagging out. I just saw that. Cool. Let's do late slate. Hit me.
Do it.
Hot take. Well, let me say this first. Do you like this slate or the early slate better, Ben?
You know which one I'm a whore for.
The
Oh,
late.
I'm a whore for the late too, but
It's
I always
always
gotta
the
ask.
late. It's always the
The-
late. But I
The
tried
late
to
is much better this week.
Yeah, but I tried to spend a lot of time on the early for the write up because I know people are going to be playing that big tournament and that's very important. And I tried to approach it that way. And so I spent less time on the late slate. But the late slate pretty much wrote itself. Like I didn't really have to work hard to find plays in the late slate.
Yeah, I was going through making the cheat sheets, and I had to like dig to find guys that I liked
In the
to
late.
to add to the because I didn't want to just put everything that was in the article in the cheat sheets. I had to add something, and
So
I found
you-
a few guys, but
you
I had
can-
to dig.
You can just say that I did a really good job.
No, you did a great job with the late slate. You
Oh, no,
always do a
don't
really
tell
good
him
job.
that. Don't tell
No,
him that.
He deserves the credit because he works hard on this stuff. I know he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. He works a medium amount.
I know because I know I work hard on my stuff, and Ben has to write a lot more than I do.
Well,
So,
Ben has a functional understanding of the English language. You're a capuchin monkey who is
Oh my
just
God.
learning human vocabulary. So, all right, cool. Let's do late slate. I'll tell you this right now. No matter how many teams on either side I make, Brett Hundley's not going to be on any of them.
Poor guy. Dude, he's running, man. He's
I
running.
don't care. He's Jason Campbell, dude.
I know, but he's running. He's RG3 running, man. 100 yards a game type running, which is what has me interested.
Yeah.
who are you talking about? I missed
Brett.
it. I'm sorry.
Brett Hundley. And we're
no.
yeah, and every
No.
everybody's giving him the not wave. But
He
here's the
Bro, he's not a good passer.
it doesn't matter. He's running. That's all that matters.
I'll
okay,
say this.
so he
I'll
can-
play him. I'll play him
let's-
when he's like cheap, man. But like, his totals aren't even that good. 22, 27, 33.
Yeah, exactly.
29. Like
He
they're
can rush for
okay.
150 yards and a touchdown, but that's still only 22 points out of your
Yeah.
quarterback.
And as for his wide
$10,000?
receivers all get the nah wave.
Yeah, I think
I'm
y'all
okay
might
with
be missing just a little bit, but I understand it completely. So I get it, but it's just one of these games where Washington's going to be without they kicked off their top cornerback in the draft, according to your boy Mel Kiper. So-
Mel Kiper is not my boy.
Oh, he's your boy.
Sucks.
He's your boy. He's with those E-draft guys. He thought that he called this guy the number one guy, top 22 type guy on his board. So it's weird that they just dumped him. Apparently he's having some problems with the coaching staff and stuff. So that's gonna play into this game. Those teams don't just get over that in a week. Like it happened this week. So that's
Well, I just want to say this about this slate. Takes a real interesting Vegas line to get Ben to mention it in his column, and he actually mentioned a Vegas line in relation to Grant Hedrick. Very, very funny story. Both Jordan and I's K-State University website passwords have Grant Hedrick in them because
Yep.
it's not allowed to be a recognizable word, and we were watching a Boise State game while we were making our passwords for this semester.
You just gave
Where that
everybody.
happened.
You just gave
What?
everybody your password.
You got to figure out the numbers
Yeah, you have to figure out
and the
the number
capitalization.
combination. Yeah, so it's like a whole big thing. But
don't let Steve know that. He'll figure it out. He's a hack.
It's not hard. And I think we actually have the same password. So if you
But
figure
we
out
do.
one, you
We
got
Oh,
do have
that's
the same
cute.
password.
That's really cute, guys.
Dude, we do everything together.
you do. It's bad.
Yeah. All right. That being said, I'm probably not playing Hedrick in this slate. I think that I will probably prefer, I don't know, Broadway maybe. I don't know. Who else do you like in this slate other than Hunley?
Anu is the
Solomon.
Anu's going to be the play that I think most people will gravitate towards. But it's just going to be hard to do Anu and do because I've done this. If you do Anu and then you do McGuire and Ajayi, it's hard. Or no, actually, you can do it. You can't do it. You have to go with like Pumphrey as your number 2 running back,
I'm okay with that.
and then pump it with some wide receivers that are cheaper, not the top
What
tier.
about your boy? What about your boy Jaquez Johnson or Sifu Luafu? There looks like a lot of quarterbacks in this slate.
There are a lot of different options. It's just I kind of tried to keep it down to the ones that I thought had a good chance of winning the game. I don't think that Colorado has a chance in hell.
No.
So that's one that I'm not really looking
What about old Johnny Mack? Old Johnny McCrary?
No way, dude. There's no way I'm going near that against Florida. Or that's crazy.
I mean,
You're smoking
Florida's not that good.
dope. They just shut down Georgia.
all
What
I'm
you
trying to do
talking
is I'm
about?
trying to get Drunk Dave to engage in the show.
Where is Drunk Dave?
It keeps going. Are you guys seeing where it's flashing to
he's here.
his? Okay, I thought it was flashing to his dark room and nobody was there.
He
Dave
was
is
hunkered over the
not.
keyboard.
Dave is not drunk. Dave does not have a drop of alcohol in the house. But
What?
however, Davis saying that you need to play Johnny Mack against Florida is like.
Well, that was not what I said, but okay.
You said, "What about
No, David
Johnny
has a
Mack?"
What
beard.
did you say? What did you say, Davis?
I said what about X?
Oh, no, I think we're all against you. Your take on Johnny Mack.
Oh, hey, good point, dude.
Yeah.
Good strong take, Dave.
Oh no. Any other questions? Oh, who's going up against Alabama this weekend?
I don't know. Hey,
LSU.
what about Blake
Jennings.
Sims, bro? What about Blake Sims?
Nope.
No.
Is Amari Cooper a thing in this slate? I'm gonna be super real with you guys. I have not started making lineups for this slate yet.
Amari Cooper's always a thing.
Yeah, he really is. I agree with Jordan. It's just one of those ones where I don't know if you need to do that though, especially if you're going to spend on your running backs, which I think you really need to
That's
do.
in the late slate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely paying up for running backs because both New Mexico schools play, and
And Idaho.
Idaho. That's the other one. Yeah.
But what's crazy is people are going to be all over Devin Johnson, and Devin Johnson is a real thing too. So it's one of
Against
those.
Southern Miss. Yeah.
Devin Johnson is going to burn the crap out of me, and I
But
know
he's
it.
so expensive.
He's so pricey, and I'm not going to touch him at that price, and I'm going to hate myself.
and he's gonna score 7 touchdowns.
No, you're right. You're right.
Jordan just said expensive. The most fabulous way
It's expensive.
I've ever heard him say.
It's expensive.
It's so
expensive.
It's a struggle out here.
It's a strong struggle.
Um.
That's our house at all times.
So Brandon Bridge is dead, right? Like he died. Like Brandon Bridge is a dead human being. Someone just asked about him in chat, but I just
From
wanted
South
to,
Do
Alabama.
they play?
I don't
They're not
know.
on- they're
Someone
not-
just asked about him in chat. I just wanted to confirm that he is dead.
I mean, I don't think he's actually dead, but it's one of those.
He's not in the game slate anywhere, is he?
Is he for like draft day or something?
I have no. Someone just asked about him.
Okay.
Also, Gindy does make a very good point. Jordan,
Oh,
go
good
upstairs after the
I
show.
haven't heard them all night. I don't think they're here. They seem to go home like every other weekend, so I think that's where they are.
Yeah. All right. I don't. Give someone a cheap running back in case they want to go somewhere different with this slate, Ben.
I could only find like one on fan.
Antoine Jimerson.
Oh,
FanDuel.
you love that guy,
Yeah,
man.
I
you
do,
really
and he has
do.
the greatest matchup.
You love him so much. No, I don't think that's.
Is Florida Atlantic a good matchup?
Yeah, it is. They're just a bad defense. They're a
Well,
bad team.
Jimerson's lines do not look good. 16 for
No,
39.
He's
13
$5,000.
I'd rather have Michael Adkins the second for Colorado against Arizona.
Why would
Oh,
you?
I thought you were about to make a
He
joke about you'd rather
destroyed.
have Michael Atkins the first, so having his dad.
Oh, that would have been better.
It
But,
would have been a lot better.
Hindsight.
All
but
right.
yeah, I mean, what are you talking about with Jimerson? I'm pulled it up too, man. What are you seeing in Jimerson that you think
It's
that?
it's the matchup that's there. He's not going to get a whole ton of carries, but I mean, he faced 3 bad defenses. He's not going to put up 25 points, but he faced Indiana, UAB, and Southern Miss, who are all bad defenses. And on FanDuel, he put up 12, 18, and 13, and I'll take that out of a 5K running back.
But you got to put him on FanDuel. You can only play him on
Yeah.
FanDuel.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm playing a guy like that in my second running back spot.
That's fair.
Yeah. Hey, so is Treon Harris gonna like just blow up Vandy? Like that could happen, right?
It
Theoretically.
really could, which is why I wrote him up. Yes, it definitely could. He only had 6 passes last week, but it's not Vandy. That was Georgia. Now he gets Vandy.
Yeah, like theoretically.
So he's
he
going to
could-
throw 15 passes?
If he throws
Yeah.
15 passes for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns,
Yeah.
That's
for
not
those-
going to happen.
No, but it could though. Although I did
I mean-
see STL Cars and Empire Maker last weekend on Twitter going back and forth about how Treon was even bad in high school. So take that for whatever it's worth.
oh
I
gosh,
think
don't-
you
I
can
don't know
play
his-
him just to
that's
play
next level.
whatever else you want in any other spot.
Yeah, that's next level scouting, Ben. High
That
school
is-
scouting, bro.
Hey guys, I gotta apologize. I don't do that.
I have to say, man, I legitimately admire anyone who is so degenerate that they know about high school football, man. that is a level of dedication to degeneracy that I will never
Yeah.
have. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I went back and looked at all the guys. Actually, this week is just a thing to fill time. I went back and looked at all the running backs that came into this class and watched some highlight tapes and stuff. But I didn't do that stuff before the year, other than just kind of reading magazines and flipping through.
As far as Treon Harris goes, the top rushing quarterback game ever. Do you know what it was?
In high school,
For a Florida quarterback
I'm
No.
assuming it was him.
in college? No, it was Jeff Driscoll
yes.
2 years ago. Had over 170 yards rushing. The same thing could happen tomorrow with Treon.
Does
mean,
he-
I will
Yeah,
be
he
going
runs
to
a little
this
bit.
game with full expectations of him just running all over the field. So, yeah, he might. I mean, Dan Bach saying he's not going to throw. He can throw if he wants to throw. I mean, he's going to do whatever he wants to Vanderbilt.
What they're
full-
going to do? Those linebackers are going to be keyed in on the running backs.
What about Matt Jones though? Like if Vanderbilt's really that bad, shouldn't Matt Jones get some? Shouldn't he be good for 100 yards and a touchdown if Vandy's really that bad?
It's not. So Vandy's defense it's not good. It's not as bad as what people think it is because of how bad the offense is. So they're just on the field for a long time, and
So all of this is leading me to say that Ben should have written up Matt Jones.
no, yeah, yeah, probably
Ben wrote
anybody in the running game. Vanderbilt has problems with the read options.
I mean,
wrote
he
up the
did-
other
he
two
did-
running
No,
backs for.
He wrote up Kelvin Taylor and Matt Jones, but
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they both had 25 carries last week. They're splitting it right down the middle, even though Jones is better.
but you're
So-
saying that that's like not optimal lineup construction to play them over one like Pumphrey or whatever.
No, I don't think so at all. I think the only way you're using those guys is if you're squeezing them into a DraftKings flex because they're cheaper.
Ben, I just hate paying so much for these running backs. It's like tilting the crap out of me.
Well, I like Shaq Thompson, the linebacker, beast mode for Washington against UCLA.
I mean, that just sounds so risky to play a guy who
He's
could
so
get
good.
hurt on defense or like whatever. Like
He's
that
not
just
playing
sounds
defense. He's not playing defense.
anymore.
He's not playing defense in this game.
That's confirmed.
Well, that's what I read. I can go back and check while we're doing this show. But I do remember hearing the coaching staff say that he is going to be the starting running back and he's going to focus on running back. So I'll
Just
have
got a
to.
question in chat. Does anyone like Dryer? I don't even know who that is.
He will see
Dyer?
linebacker snaps. I was wrong.
Talking about
Yeah.
Dyer from Louisville. Yeah.
Michael
Michael
Dyer.
Dyer. I think he's okay this week.
Yeah, won back the job, which I think is pretty impressive considering that Radcliffe had pretty much taken it from him while he
3
was
rushing
injured.
touchdowns last week.
He's been a
man.
workhorse the last 2 weeks. 24 and 28 carries.
Yep.
Scoring touchdowns. Caught a couple passes 2 weeks ago.
Sneaky play there. He definitely is a sneaky play.
You
Remember,
know
he
what?
was
Contrarian
Man,
for sure.
I just don't even care what you tell me. I'm playing Matt Jones.
okay. I'm fine with that. I mean,
Cause like, what do you really know? Like, what have you ever taught me about college football?
well, that is a risky play, though. I mean, if you're gonna play that in cash games, that's a risky play. You know that.
No, I'm not gonna play this in cash games. I'll figure something out. I might play Treon instead. Okay, let's move on to wide receiver though, because I think this is nailing wide receiver this week is going to help you get those running backs in that you like. I don't think we really need to talk about Nelson Spruce. We don't need to talk about Devontae Parker. We don't need to talk about Tyler Lockett. Everyone already knows that these are elite options, and if you can fit them in, you fit them in.
Yep.
I do think Caleb Jones is not a household name yet, but I kind of like him the most out of that tier of guys in terms of how much he costs.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather pay the extra 800 for Nelson Spruce.
Yeah, you know what?
7
You're
to
right.
800, whatever he is.
You're right.
I know.
Ooh, I think you're wrong.
I
Because
don't think so.
I think
Hot
Caleb
take. Hot take.
Caleb Jones has a better matchup on the other side.
Does
against
he
Colorado.
though?
Yes,
But Nelson Spruce is way better.
maybe.
No. Nelson Spruce is way better.
Yeah, but I mean, he's had a little bit of. I don't know. This is a tough call. I don't think you really need to pick between the two. I mean, I think it's if it comes
Yes,
down.
you do. If you're constructing a lineup, you absolutely do.
Well, that's not my job. My job is to present the plays. Your job is to take the guys off of it to make your lineup.
Hey man, I just play GPPs and tout.
It's pretty much.
Yeah, well, winning 20K in World Cup DFS can do that for you.
Good times.
Yeah, good times indeed.
I played some cash games last week. I played some big money cash games.
Yeah, I saw your name in a couple games last week.
Oh.
Well, he didn't see good things from it if he saw it in anything other than.
I don't know. I just go through and look at lineups as soon as they lock.
I'm
there.
gonna be super honest with everyone. I got rolled last week in college football. Like talking like, you know what's mega tilting is on DraftKings, like on a slate where you didn't do very well, but you had like head to head action out. You get that notification like you won $74, even though you had $800 of lineups out, and that's what you get
That's
back.
fun. Yeah.
It was so bad for me on college football in the late slate on Saturday that I had my normal volume out for college football late and didn't even get a notification. That's how bad it was for me.
Poor guy.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do you guys.
I want to hit on one low price wide receiver.
No, that's what we're transitioning to. Right
Okay. Devontae Allen is back for Marshall. 3.4K on DraftKings. So nice sneaky play that people may not know is back. He's their big play guy over Schuler, and that ought to downgrade McManus just a tad. But yeah, he's back.
I like Spurbeck more than him. Am I wrong?
At what price? At 13.
Oh no. I thought he was on FanDuel. He's
No, he's not on FanDuel. He's 3.4K on DraftKings.
Yep. Okay.
So if you're looking for a punt.
But I do really like Spurbeck for 5,200.
Okay, Ben, why did you write up Spurbeck but left Williams Rhodes completely out of it?
Okay, here's the reason for that. I don't know how much they're going to throw. And I chose Spurbeck because I like his potential for bigger plays than Williams Rhodes dink and dunk stuff. And I don't think Hedrick's going to have to dink and dunk unless he wants to. You know, does that make sense? I just don't think this is a defense that he's going to. If he wants to throw great deep balls to Spurbeck, he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Williams Rhodes is still in play though.
Oh, I think he is too. It's
Because
just
it's not like he's a guy that relies
write
on
everybody.
catching 12 passes a game.
I can't write
He's gonna-
everybody up.
Yeah.
All right, here's an interesting question for you. Josh Doxson and Deontay Gray are only $200 apart. Doxson actually did play last week.
Mhm.
Was not very effective and is not practicing this week, but is expected to play. Trevone Boykin obviously is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. What do you think about those two guys, Ben?
Okay, so with Boykin, you're dealing with a quarterback that is going to not have his running back. Catalan's out. They're going to
Boykin
have
can
to.
be his own running back.
Boykin
Yeah.
can be his own running back, so maybe that helps Boykin's running game
Do
a
you
little
like
bit.
Catalan's replacement? Maybe as a
Aaron,
value option.
it's going to be Aaron Green, and
Does he
uh,
just suck?
he doesn't suck, but it's just one of those guys where I mean he's averaging 8.4 yards per carry this year, but in the past, which is what I remember him as, and he wasn't. He has
Yeah,
never
wow.
been very
He
good.
actually has touchdowns in 3 straight games before the West Virginia game.
Yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see like this guy on that platform. I don't know what's his price on DraftKings. This information came out about Catalan today. So
I don't have DK pulled
He's
up. I'm working on
4,500.
4,700
Wait,
on
no.
FanDuel though.
Who are we
Yeah.
talking about? Gray or the
Aaron
backup?
Green.
Aaron Green.
Two-
Well, either way, you asked about the wide
4,300.
receivers. 4,300. So yeah, great prices on both sides. So definitely a guy you could think
I
about.
think all of TCU and K-State, except maybe Tyler Lockett, are strictly GPP plays because, like I said earlier, that game is either going to be 14-10 or 48-45.
What about Teldrick Morgan? He scored a late touchdown last week, but he's just a huge, like, he gets so many targets for New Mexico State against the University of Louisiana Lafayette. What do you think about Teldrick Morgan this week?
I mean, I'm always a Teldrick Morgan fan, but it's just one of those opportunities where I don't think you have to go that direction. I think Lafayette just destroys them.
What about Lucky Whitehead?
Always Lucky Whitehead, man. He's the play. If you're gonna try to hit that area, I think he's the same price as Morgan, correct?
They're $100 off, but
Yeah. I'd much rather have Whitehead. I'd much rather have Tyler Winston. I'd much rather have a lot of other guys than Teldrick Morgan, I think. And so that's but not to say he's not going to have a great game. He could easily get 70 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, why is Whitehead still so cheap?
I don't understand that either. I thought that same thing.
I will say this: after playing with lineups for 5 or so minutes right now, you can definitely do in the late slate all wide receivers in between 5 and 6K, and not hate it. So if you do want to pay up at running back, it's with the new Solomon. You can make it work. All right, let's do late slate. Let's do late slate tight ends. Then we'll answer some questions and do EPL hot takes. I'm just running back Josiah Price, your boy. Ben,
Josiah Price, huh?
that's your boy.
He is my boy. I like him. He's just that's an interesting take. I don't think I will be going that direction.
Me neither.
Dude, he's just a red zone option, and you just don't like. Not only is he a red zone option in the way that like every tight end is a red zone option, but like they call plays for him in the red zone. So like if I'm so used to getting like a 0 out of my tight end anyways, I might as well play a guy who has touchdown upside.
Okay.
All right.
I get it.
Who do you like, Benjamin?
I would I'm going cheaper probably. Andrew Vollert. I've never heard this guy's name pronounced. Sorry guys. San Jose
Vollard.
State.
French.
Volar.
Volley.
Hey, Ben. So last weekend we called Billy Freeman a must play for Minsal on DraftKings.
No,
and
we didn't. You did.
No. You agreed with
No.
me. You
Okay,
agreed
I might
with
have
me.
agreed. I might have agreed with you, but I didn't.
And and then you wrote this week, Billy Freeman is hurt and has pretty much been a waste for the Spartans. so,
But I
so
think
thanks for that, bro.
I think I said that about Billy Freeman last week. Is that he was been a waste, but that he had a great matchup, and so we should think about using it.
All right. Well, tell me about Vollert, man.
Apparently Vollert's taken the job, and I just didn't know that. And it's been 3 straight good weeks for the freshman, and here we are. We know Freeman's not going to play. I think Freeman has been playing a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. He's not playing this week, so they're going up against Fresno. They're going to throw the ball a lot. Gray's looking great. So yeah, I love him for men's salary on both places, but I like Walker a bit more as a men's salary
Yeah, I
player.
actually think Walker is the play.
If Higgins is out, Walker is definitely the play at tight end.
I think on FanDuel, not on DraftKings because it's too expensive, but Jake Rowe against New Mexico State or New Mexico, whichever one they're playing.
I just
New
worry.
Mexico.
I just worry about their Jordan. Maybe you feel better about it, but how much offense are they going to get before they pump the brakes?
I don't know. That's actually a good question in general. What does Boise historically do? Like, do they pump the brakes or do they just?
Well, this is different coaching staff. You're dealing with a different mindset than what they've had in the past. I think their coach now is from Arkansas State or something like that.
I have no idea, Ben.
Yeah, because Peterson left to go to Washington, and so they're just it's a different team than what we all knew.
I mean, I remember having having a Jai and having him still get carries when they were up 20 stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
That's still gonna happen.
They used to blow everybody out though. This is a different team. They don't blow everybody out.
Yeah,
anymore.
Boise State.
They're gonna blow New Mexico out.
But yes, I agree with that.
Boise State sucking has really made a huge difference in whether I like early or late slate college football more. Because I used to rock the Hedrick, Matt Miller, Ajay stack almost every week.
No.
All right, Ben, your volume just went out for a second. I think.
Mine did.
Yeah. Okay, you're good now. You ready for EPL hot takes while everyone tunes out?
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on one second.
You do what you got to do. Jordan, do you have any other college football hot takes you'd like to give either slate? Don't be so nonchalant.
Good job, Jordan.
I'm looking.
Way
I
to
like
step
D
up.
Hart in the late slate against Hawaii. They've been getting destroyed on the ground lately.
Yeah.
So, and he's just way too explosive to ignore.
What about
in the early slate?
what about Laka on the other side? No love.
Let me see.
Okay, here's the thing with Laka Laka before you
No,
go crazy there.
They are an 18-point underdog, so I'm not going to touch Laka Laka.
Iosefa's back, so any touching of Laka Laka, you want to be very careful when you touch your Laka Laka.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to touch my Laka Laka this week anyways.
One play I wanted to give Villeman for Oregon State is the best wide receiver on that team. Victor Bolden is
Isn't that crazy? Like, he came out of nowhere.
Hey, he's a big guy. He's 6'4".
Yeah, I like him too a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Ben, EPL hot takes. Go.
Okay, my super sexy soccer sleeper for the college football show is James Wilson for Manchester United.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh,
Neither do I.
Really, Davis? You don't know who that is?
No, I'm.
Stop the presses.
Is
Well,
he like
Cowden, Ben?
Manchester United
Talk him up.
Manchester United is not in the Champions League, so Davis wouldn't know because he doesn't make him money, right?
It's true. I get this for Champions League, but not so much. I have not been great at EPL.
So here's what's going on with Manchester United. Everybody knows they're struggling really bad, and they are talking about, which is, I'm hearing so many rumblings that it's probably going to happen. Robin Van Persie's getting benched this weekend for James Wilson, who is a 3K forward.
What is
striker
he? Is he
facing-
here's the question though: is he 17 years old with promise? Is he an older guy who just is on the team because that you need to have backups? Which is he?
Oh, he's most definitely a young guy, but he is like the future of.
Like Embolo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Embolo was awesome.
Or Izzy Brown for Chelsea. I think is probably the right comparison because same league.
He's more like who's a good. I can't think of any English young players coming up now, but yeah.
I just said one.
What?
Izzy Brown for Chelsea.
Yeah, I don't know much about Izzy Brown. TBH.
He's another not African American, African Englishman striker for Chelsea. He's 17 though.
Barahino is another one of those guys that is.
I was more thinking like Drogba and Remy, but sure.
Well, Drogba's not English.
Yeah, but I mean, What I'm trying to say is that he's black.
Trying to be racist without being racist.
No, that's not it at all.
That's exactly
my
it.
my hot take.
Wait. We're not done talking about James Wilson.
Okay,
Move
keep
on to your
talking.
hot take. Okay, so guys torn up all the ranks down in the under 21s. Like, set the world on fire. If you look at any kind of Manchester United stuff, they are clamoring for this guy to take Robin Van Persie out. So I'm very interested to see. It's the perfect matchup for Van Gaal to throw him in and see what he can do. And he's unbelievably cheap. This is like Claudio Mane type. When he came over and he was 3K, this is on that level.
You mean Sadeo?
Sadeo, sorry. Claudio's a different Mane. There's
Yeah.
two. Yes.
Okay, I got a hot take. One is I think Angel Di Maria. I feel a big game coming for Angel Di Maria. Not that that's an incredibly hot take, but I'm making space for him in my lineups. And two, I think Sergio Aguero sits this game, and I think that whichever one of Jovetic and Dzeko, if they play 4-5-1, whichever one of them plays up top is a must play.
Hey guys, just so you know, Angel Di Maria, the best guy in the Premiership,
Yeah.
is a good player.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You
Set
think
the world on
he's the
fire.
best player? You think
Set
he's
the
the best
world on
player?
fire.
You think Angel Di Maria is the best player in the Premiership?
Yes. Not even close. Yes, he is. He was the best player he was one of the best players in the world last year. Like, in the world.
Ben, I love it when you burn Davis. I love it when you
First
burn
of all,
him.
he's 13K, while Tadic, who has been just as good as him this year, is 3K cheaper. So I actually think that saying that Di Maria is better than Tadic this week is sort of like a better play for daily fantasy. Actually, I think that is a hot take.
It kind of is. Yeah, I think they're both about equal for win price considered.
Oh, Dink. Of course, Drew comes in and telling us that Alexis Sanchez is the best player. I wish I had a Premier League team, but like none of the fanhood has taken for. I've tried to root for Everton, but it's not taking.
Yeah, give up on that, man. Don't go for them. You should be Southampton. You love all those guys.
I know. Well, I think the problem is that I found Dortmund and they're so fun to watch play that
You're not going to find a fun team in the EPL.
The problem
Thank
with
you,
soccer
Jordan.
in the
Thank you.
EPL is there's so much rotation, and which is probably why Americans don't like it. They don't stick around very long, so you really have to deal with that. And so you need to pick a team that has lots of money.
I can't wait till we have our annual FI soccer game. So I can see Davis trying to dribble a soccer ball.
I actually played soccer for quite a while.
Yeah.
You played soccer in elementary school, Davis.
I played up until high school.
He still has the shin guards, so he can bring those.
Oh,
Davis, want to go play one-on-one soccer?
Dink makes a really good point. How can I not root for a team named the Gunners when when Gunners are my favorite type of basketball player in the world? Maybe I will just become an Arsenal fan like everyone else from DFS Twitter.
And then he said you still play elementary school leagues. That was
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, cool. Do we have any more takes that we need to give to the troops?
I think that'll do it for the juice box section of the show.
All right.
good job.
Do you know what we
That
used
was
to
the
call
quickest show
Ben?
we've ever done.
Do you know what we used to call Ben?
One hop.
2 pump jump.
One hop.
What's two pump chump? What the hell?
All right.
No, we called him Bigfoot Ben. He could toe poke the heck out of a soccer
Don't
ball.
do that.
Oh,
Dave.
I bet he could.
He knows so much better than that.
Okay.
I think it's so funny that Dave's daily fantasy account is Soccer Dave. Yet every time Ben and I start going back and forth about soccer in our main Skype chat, everyone acts super annoyed about it.
I never act super annoyed.
Yeah, you do.
No, I could care less. Or I couldn't care less. Like if you, I enjoy it. I enjoy like Davis hot takes. Like I don't like when you say I don't even know who that guy is, and you say my turn. Like
How am I supposed okay, like there's a difference, but like I'm very new to soccer, but I'm like understanding soccer daily fantasy
Okay.
and knowing Man United's third string striker is not super important to that activity.
But when you get when you get on podcasts and you get on Twitter and you get on Skype and you talk about how much better you are.
You don't have to know the players to be good at daily fantasy. I don't know
That's
anything.
totally true.
Yeah, I don't know hardly anything about hockey, but I consistently have been winning at that sport with
Vegas.
Fair enough.
with Kyle
You-
Cannon's help. I'm
I know.
completely bluffing.
Well, I don't talk to Kyle.
But when-
They'll make money.
When you label yourself
Look
an
at Cannon.
expert,
Hey, watch out, Cannon. You start helping him, then he'll start saying he's the hockey guru.
No, not at hockey. Hockey
your
is way
ass.
too confusing. Hockey is way too confusing. I will stick to Kyle Cannon's picks 5 ever.
man, I can kick a soccer ball, so that is.
Hold on,
like,
wait. If I'm allowed to publicly give credit, it's actually Kyle Cannon's friend, PSU fans in chat, who is the hockey mastermind.
He's
But he normally
Davis will not be winning hockey anymore.
no.
You better
I just gave him his shout out. I normally those guys are both really secretive about their business, so I didn't know if that was allowed to be a thing.
Well, you just ruined their secret, so.
wow. So that will do it for today's DFS show. Sponsored by Ben Pritchett and his bouncing pecs. Ben, you want to give us a show before we get off here? Nice. They can't see it, but I can.
He's getting it.
Remember when we used to have the dance off? That was so fun.
Yeah, man.
And then Davis
You don't play
would
music
be.
anymore.
That was back when Davis was too cool for school, and he just wouldn't do it. And
Why don't you play music anymore, David?
Yeah,
We
I
need
remember
to.
our college football shows used to be like a dance party. What
it
happened
used
to
to
that?
be.
Yeah. Well,
And
I got
Basketball Jones was a thing
It was.
during NBA season last year.
It was.
It was.
It was
I
so
still
fun.
listen to that song.
Hey, let's just keep talking so Davis gets really impatient because
He already left, didn't he?
his girlfriend's waiting. No,
realize I'll just hang up.
his girlfriend's
won't.
waiting on him.
Oh.
And he
David's-
just hung up. So that will do it for today's show. Tomorrow, good luck. We'll be sending out the rankings as well as the PDFs
yeah.
tonight. So Jordan will be getting those done ASAP, and then I'll be sending
ASAP.
those out. So check your email, premium members, and yeah, good luck this weekend in all of your games. We'll see you later.